So I guess for a little bit of context, I'm just going to say that I find debate personally pretty intimidating. You know, you get thrown into the round, and no matter how hard you try to pay attention for the first 2 years, the door closes and you're like, now I have to say that they caused nuclear war? And so there's a little analogy that, you know, novice or unexperienced debate is like two ships passing in the night until one hits an iceberg and then the debate's over. I think that this junior year for me was personally mostly about my growth as a debater, while also simultaneously experiencing a lot of success that I felt I hadn't gotten to experience sophomore year. Just for some context, I always thought of myself as like an alumnus. Some kids, when they're young, they want to grow up and be like a fire truck or something like that, something crazy and inanimate. I think I can always be a police siren. You can ask my partners. I'm pretty freaked out when I get my back put up against the wall, and I've had to fight that the entire year. Mr. Lingle brought up that one person said that beating Greenhill was their favorite part about this year. I don't remember that if that was me, but that might have been. It's no secret that Greenhill shares some enmity among our team. We don't exactly like them that much. Some of us don't. There's this team called, I'll just call them MM because I don't want to use their names. MM have always been intimidating for me. My old sophomore partner, Justin Kane, can say MM smoked us. They won 3, we won 0, and all the times that we encountered them our sophomore year. And then Greenhill came back junior year as we were going into the middle of the season, December, and they had this new app that nobody had been able to beat. It was the gas tax, and we were like 0-4 against it. They beat us every time. And so I said, after listening to the gas tax, I know what I'll do. I'll write arguments against the gas tax. And so I wrote arguments over Christmas break, and then I took those arguments, and first round, I was up against Greenhill. I'm like, I'm going to beat them with the gas tax cards I wrote. And it was MM, and I was nervous because I had never beaten MM before, and I remembered always losing to them. Well, long story short, I used my cards, and MM lost horribly. And then I think the other day, I hit MM on the other side of the debate, and I beat them again. And I went on to 4-0 MM over the course of the season. And that type of victory gave me a perspective that I felt was the defining portion of my junior year. Because after I finally managed to qualify for state and get out of this kind of fear I had of my opponents and this anxiety that I had developed over the years because of like my lack of confidence, debate became so much more fun and so much more of a fulfilling activity. It kind of felt like I was in the movie Catch Me If You Can, as I went to national tournaments and just went sightseeing around the world. It was, well, it's country. It was very interesting going to Berkeley and seeing all these great varsity, nationally known teams, watching all these teams who I had never really considered before. And this junior year really opened my eyes to the kind of just learning and competitive experience that debate can truly be once you really get into it. And while the season didn't exactly have that same kind of massive success towards the end on the national level that I thought was so interesting when I managed to beat Greenhill over and over and got great satisfaction from it, it was still just so fulfilling. My father can say that after I came back from Berkeley, my first national tournament, I just couldn't shut up about how much I loved the tournament. I was like, Dad, there were all these people, and they knew all these arguments, and I want to be just like them because I was watching all these preliminary rounds, and they were so fast and so on point. And so, well, maybe I didn't win state, or maybe I wasn't like the leading shining light in the Jesuit junior debater community. This junior year was just defined by a sense of learning and growth that I don't think that you really can get anywhere else in your academic career, because I learned so much, and then I also managed to overcome like my own anxiety that I hadn't been able to overcome in school. I guess about time's going to go off.